some guy. The American dream. What his police ass niggas going live. He lie, we slide. You slide. Fucker in the face, who ride? I done ran from the Porsche, just vibes. Heard a real ass nigga won't die. Shit, a legend like me can't die. I'm alive.
And we're back, people. We're back. I just woke up. I'm doing one of these as a, what do you call that? A wake cap? It's not a night cap. It's like a wake cap, you know? So first time speaking in the morning is about 8 in the morning. So apologize if I got that scratchy voice. I feel like the announcer voice would be helpful for today. It's gonna be another chill one. I always think about adding more editing to this stuff and whatnot, but I like the chill podcast format. It's easy to upload, easy for me to get my thoughts out and whatnot. But hold on, guys, let me give my spiel here. That's enough of the intro. We're going to talk about a couple topics today. I'm going to finish off the topic talk on the workers flow that I had yesterday. Just give some, not yesterday, but Wednesday. Just give some general pointers to the end of the workers talk. And then we're going to talk about just confidence, self-esteem, how to make interesting convos, and all that good stuff for you here today. We're going to try to be very mindful and stay in the moment here as we go towards the poetry ruins to find the moment song. Yes, that's what we're doing here today in the story. I'll go ahead and give a little recap of yesterday and a little preview of what we're doing today story-wise here. So in the story of Dragon Quest X, we are here in Verinard where they are looking for a way to release the old princess, the royalty of moments past, over from the labyrinth of eternity. And we don't know why she's locked up there. Tried to go ask the queen. She did things to her face, which we did not appreciate, but our Gunnar brains did appreciate. So now we talked to Kenner, and then we figured out what we need to do to release her. We got to go find this moment song and sing it at the altar where she's held, and then it'll release her. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to the cave, the poetry ruins, to find the song. It's a bit of a trek, so while we're there, I'll go ahead and give my spoiler chat on what we're doing today as well. Combine these two chats here. We are indeed going to the poetry ruins. We're gonna go fight a boss and get the moment song, and then we're gonna come back to the labyrinth. There's going to be some hilarity ensuing because we can't unlock her stuff with the moment song. It doesn't work when Prince Otis sings it. You know, he doesn't have those beautiful vocal cords. So Princess Dior, or not Princess Dior, Queen Dior, excuse me. I'm so sorry, Queen Dior. Don't slap me. I promise I didn't do that on purpose too. Queen Dior is going to help us out and sing the song and free everybody. And then the reason why the person was trapped in there was to seal away an evil demon for thousands of years. So the demon's unsealed, we go in there, beat his ass, and then we're done, you know? And then it's happy-go-lucky rainbows. So yeah, that's kind of what we're getting into here today. Right now, I want to yap a little bit. About self-esteem and confidence. And we're going to be in the moment here, guys. We are going to... Sorry, that was a yawn. It was a silent yawn, so I won't to cut anything out. But, yeah, we're going to be in the moment here, guys. We're going to flow through this episode. Right now, we have quite a ways to go till we get to the actual poetry ruins here. Oh yeah, also in this video we're like I was saying in the last video, we're trying out a little bit of the Switch version. So at the end of this episode we'll switch over completely and all the language will be in Japanese, but don't worry, I am your guide here. It's just gonna look prettier and be less uh, distinguishable, less understandable. So I hope you like how pretty it looks. And you don't really need to know what it says, to be honest, with this playthrough. The story is pretty simple, so I'll guide you through it. I'll do a little translating, if you will. Not really translating, but I'll just tell you what's going on here. Once we get to those cutscenes, we're still here in English land for now on PC. And I'll let you know when we switch over. We're also going to have a little bit of a Futaba cosplay from Persona 5, which is going to be pretty cool to see once we switch over here. I do like the cosplays. Right now, this is Deku that I tried my best to do. I don't know if you really see it, but I tried my best. Um, and yeah, we'll eventually have some Persona 5 Royal going on in here, so it'll be pretty cool. Be pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy. Um, but yeah, let me go ahead and get into our topping points. Topping points. Yes. Let me get into the pizza toppings here. Um, Hilarious. But yeah, let me get into our talking points here. The first thing I wanted to talk about is self-esteem and how to build authentic self-esteem. Um, it's a real thing when you walk through life and you're constantly looking at other people and you're like, why aren't I like them? Why can't I just be over here like this other person? Because self-esteem in general is the comparison. Is the only reason why you wouldn't like yourself is because you see someone else who's better. See, guys, we were the only people on Earth. I feel like it'd be really hard to hate yourself because you don't got anything to compare yourself to. You don't have anything to see that's better than me or that's worse than me. So, yeah, self-esteem is the jelly of comparison, you know? You use comparison and then that's your jelly. No, comparison is the jelly of self-esteem, yeah. You use comparison and that's your jelly and you make a self-esteem sandwich, and then depending on how much jelly you have, depends on how unhealthy that sandwich is. So we gotta get more peanut butter in our self-esteem sandwich. And the peanut butter of self-esteem is self-love and self-worth. And you gain this by just like the same kind of way you sort of gain confidence in yourself, just by making promises and fulfilling them. And these don't have to be huge, looming tasks that you have to do within the week. I like giving myself a whole week, to fulfill them. Let's say I want to study for this test or I want to edit this video. Yeah, I give myself like a week's time or something, or like a good amount of time, that more time than I know I need to do what I need to do, because life is hard and I've been hard on myself for far too long. There's no reason to constantly beat yourself up over stuff that doesn't really matter to anyone else. Nobody else is gonna give a shit. Nobody else gives a fuck but you. And that's why you hate yourself. So I'll make these videos mostly for myself because these are the things that I need to hear coming from me or coming from anyone. I feel like it's most wise to just talk to yourself because you're not gonna lie to yourself. Well, usually. You can indeed lie to yourself. I'm not even gonna say that. But usually it's more noticeable when you're lying to yourself. You can be honest with yourself pretty easily if you can lie to yourself. They're two sides of the same coin. So if you have the ability to lie to yourself, you have the ability to be honest with yourself. Now the problem is when other people lie to us, we don't have the ability to make them tell the truth, but we can always go back to ourselves and have ourselves tell the truth, which is why I think you got to follow your own advice to improve your self-esteem too. Some decisions we make and some really hard choices, I know how alluring it can be to go to go to someone for advice to see what to do. But you really got to resist that because there's no one who knows your life better than you. You know, you got to listen to your body, listen to your gut. And I know it can seem like the world is crumbling in on you and you have no time, but you always have time, you know, unless the decision is literally like with someone's gun to your head, which I doubt it, you know. You always have time to wait an hour, wait a day, wait a week, you know, really mull it out to see all of your options. Um, and of course, time waits on no one, but we have to utilize our time wisely and not stress over the things that don't need to be stressed over. This dragster, by the way, is a very tough enemy. He takes a lot of abuse, but luckily he's not doing anything to our Deku. Deku is very strong. I love baby. I love baby. Awesome, awesome. So we're almost there, guys. You can see the poetry ruins in that little circle there. I just have to. I think I'm gonna go across the bridge here. Is what I'm looking at. Um, we're almost to the cave, which is pretty cool. Almost done with my stirring of the coffee, so I can drink some coffee this morning. Um, but yeah, you got to think, guys. Self-esteem is it's very important to have. It's very important to make your own choices, and other people's input can be helpful. I'm not gonna say never go to anyone for anything. Um, but you got to know when enough is enough. You know when this is not valuable for me to have their opinion. So here we go. This is the Poetry Ruins. As you can see, it used to be in a better state here. So this is where we're going to find the moment song. And it's also where I will switch over to the Switch version. We're still doing the challenge. I'm just going to be playing as Caillou. In this challenge, I'm probably going to have to do the game twice. Once as my Puku and once as my Weddy. So because of that, I'm not gonna worry about like specifics on who's playing who. I'll just probably switch between. I might record both too. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I heard something there, so I was turning. But I think it's just like a car or something outside, the mower or something. And so yeah, we'll switch over here. Um, I think Baby's gonna just switch over to KU in the Switch version once we get to the midpoint of this dungeon here. Oh no, we just switch over now. So yeah, as you can see, the Switch version looks a little bit brighter. It's not going to drop as many frames either. It is just all the dialogue is in Japanese. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to do most of the rest of the episode in this. I think I switched back a couple times during cutscenes, but other than that, we're gonna see how you guys like looking at the Switch version, how you like wonderful Japanese language here. And to you, got a little bit of her MP back, which is amazing. Um, yeah, might do a couple of shorts on this one. On the Switch version, I mean, because it does look a lot better. It takes a lot for me to record from the Switch because I have to hook up my HDMI. That's why it's a lot easier for me to just hop on PC and get a couple things done. But it is rewarding, definitely. Looking back at the footage, I'd say it's very much worth it to record on this. It just looks so much nicer. So, yeah. We got this Poetry Ruins dungeon, and while we're going through here, I had enough of my self-esteem talk. That's the basic general of it, guys. Comparison. Oh, I could also talk about this. Participation trophies. So, participation trophies are bad because they send the wrong message. When it's a competition or when there's something we have to work towards, giving someone the message that just because they showed up, just because they were here on time, they win, is a bad idea. And for self-esteem, it can give you the idea that your self-worth isn't on merit, it's just on, it brings up the entitlement, that your self-worth isn't on your merit, it's on your existence. Um, which is good in some cases, but in my experience, it's generally led to people to believe that um, they're entitled to more than their worth. And I suppose for some types of people that can be good, but most types of people utilize that knowledge in the wrong way and become uh, worse versions of themselves than they would have if they would have just, I don't know, been told, hey, you kind of fucking suck, Try better next time. So, it's a little annoying, but it is what it is. Here we go. We're at the boss room here as well. And we're about to go fight the Crab King. He's the one who's destroyed the poetry ruins. You see, I'm just getting an MP here. Just getting a couple more MP. So I don't take forever on this boss. I'm not gonna die, but it's just gonna take longer with that MP. Okay. And I think that was a Stolia broadcast right there, which is funny. Yeah. I definitely don't watch those. I mean, like, why would I? Wouldn't be able to understand it really, but they're fun. Everything in this game looks very cute, so I enjoy it. All right, so we're back to the Switch. This is Baby's cutscene. That monument, is that the one? Well, kind of, but there's a stipulation to it. Look at that, fist up. Look, black power, witty power. Okay. All right, and as you can see here, this is moving. I like how this dude was just down there the entire time. Like, you breathe? Did you move? How did you eat? What did you eat? Otis has his cool little sword. Yeah, you don't need to protect Cathan. You should fight with us. Whatever. Cathlin needs no protection. Okay, so this is our boss. As you can see here, I will kind of wipe the floor with them. We're going 2.0 damage, just like every time. We go double experience. Um, and the crab altar, he's gonna try to do some things. He's gonna try and dodge a lot, actually. He's a very dodgy little man. Very, very hoppy little crab. That was a good crit. And then he's got a disruption wave to get rid of our buffs. There was the dodge. Uh, there's the giant hop, and he definitely got me with that one. That did all of my health in one shot. Baby tried to heal me, but he failed. And then she's gonna heal all of us. Get buffed up a little bit too. I'm pretty sure we're almost done here. Not too much longer because I think Fudaba's got his number. Such a good character. Got the guard on the knights. And then he's got half health left. The parallax, the 300. Baby's just over there buffing. I have him on minstrel right now. And on the profile that we're playing on to go through the story, uh, he's actually on martial artist. The one we're actually playing on the finish. He's got the same weapons, slightly different tactics. He's gonna be healing more. Whenever I have the auto characters, I usually like to have them on healing classes. Healing is very hard in this game for me. just because you got to be really on your stuff with the time battles and your menuing. So I tend to not do healing too much in this game. But yeah, that's a little boss talk. We're out of the game, and I'm gonna go back into the talks. So let's talk about conversations. Let's talk about how to make more interesting conversations. So this is a good topic that I like. Um, a lot of times when you're working through trying to talk to people better, when you have a lot of fear and you have a lot of pain, that's a sign of your growth. And that's a sign of your future success. So if you're ever really scared to talk to people, if you ever have really embarrassing moments when you're talking to people, those are growing pains, you know? We remember these moments, and we have so much anxiety about these moments because they are inherently teaching us something. Um, So yeah, we warped back to the labyrinth of eternity, and then we're gonna go sing the song. This is a pretty funny cutscene. Um, I'll bring you through it a little bit, but we're gonna mostly focus on the combos here. Um, so you have to just remember that as long as you remember what you went through and you try to be better, you are a winner. Trying to be better at conversations makes you already win, you know? It makes you try to entertain the person and yourself. And you have to see yourself as a bold social leader. If you don't see yourself as leading, if you see the other person as they have to make all this conversation work, then um, there's no point in training. You should just give up and, let everybody else control your conversations for you. All right. And now she's mad that we can't sing the moment song. And she's like, what? I was never with you in the first place. I was just like, well, you're a kind of shit person. And she kicks him in. Terrible, terrible. But don't worry, she gets her comeuppance. So to rank up your skill in conversations and your confidence, you have to rank up your presence. Your presence. And presence is sort of like a power of it's kind of like your entitlement power, your power from just being there. I would say upgrade your presence by speaking clearly, not shuffling around where you stand. And here's her comeuppance if she falls in. Very dumb. But don't worry, we have a solution to this problem too. I like how she can move in hers, but nobody else can move in theirs. Like, what the hell? She might just be sleeping. But yeah, Queen Dior's here. She's gonna sing the moment song for us. And unleash the darkness that is within. Yeah, but presence. Guys, how to level up presence. There's three things that you can do. You can speak more clearly. You can speak more articulately, you know. You can not shuffle around in your place, have certain places that you're standing and simply be there, simply hold that space. Yeah, don't be afraid to take up space, basically, is that one. Um, and then your last one, just speak freely and clearly about your opinions. Don't hide your opinions from people if you feel some way, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Your strength is your opinion. Um, and one of the most um, easy ways to make a conversation more interesting is to just actually wait for them to respond and listen intently on what they say. So we actually have a second part of the dungeon here. That was a really short dungeon, actually. So it's more of like a first part of the dungeon in general. But we have a second part of the dungeon where we go through and we make it to Apex Demon, or no, not the Apex Demon, but the Demon Razburn that was sealed below here. And this is when they're telling us about him, being like, "What? There's a demon here?" And she's like, "I'll go kill him. Don't worry. It was me who released him in the first place. It's my fault." I'm like, "You just woke up. Jeez." Queen Dior is actually leaving to go prepare things in the castle or whatever. She'll be back. She'll be back. And then she is asking us for help, and then she's gonna go. Okay. And Otis feels like an idiot, as he should. This is why we ask questions. He's gonna go help too. So yeah. Now time to travel down through this dungeon. We'll fight a couple battles, just all the unique battles and whatnot, and do our thing. Um, so yeah, here we go. As I was saying, you gotta wait for them to respond. And people really forget this part sometimes because whenever we're talking, what we do is we have this idea in our heads of what we want to respond. We get that pretty quickly, you know. It usually doesn't take too long to formulate a response in our heads and how we want to say it. And once we do that, it's like a burning passion in our hearts. You know, you want to release that bitch immediately. You know, it's like an album that you think is gonna change your life. You know, you want to release that shit immediately. But what I'm telling you to increase the value of your conversations is not only to hold on to those certain assertions that you want to uh, produce to people, but also um, you gotta wait to maybe even alter your responses as well. You know, do a little bit of mind editing as depending on what they say, because you really have to intake the knowledge of what they are giving you as well. You can't just kind of, this is the topic we're talking about, so I'm gonna say this next. You have to really take in what they're saying, you know, develop that, and even give like a couple seconds, like literally give like a, and then respond. You know, people aren't gonna think you're weird or, you know, think what the hell's wrong with this guy just because they take slightly longer to um, answer a question. It's not gonna be so scary to just wait and formulate a response after someone says something, you know? You really have to be comfortable in yourself. And this goes back to a confidence and self-esteem thing too. You have to be confident in yourself and that your words have meaning and that they matter. I feel like a lot of people talk fast because they don't give their words meaning. Of course, the other person gives the words meaning, but you have to derive that meaning from somewhere in yourself in order for them to intake that response and that whatever they said as having meaning as well. So it's like a two-way street, you know? You can't just suspect everyone is going to, immediately love what you say. But in order for them to love what you say, you have to love what you say first. So that's my main tip for making it better. But there's a couple other things I have here that you could do as well. So a lot of these things they feel like they're mean, but I promise you it's just let me explain it a little bit more. So when I first say this, it's gonna sound like it's mean, but this is just to make things more interesting, okay? See, so to make your conversations more interesting, you have to judge people harshly. The reason why is because you're usually right. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're in a work environment, and I'm not saying like right when you're there. You know, obviously you have some tact. But you know, like when people leave, you know what I'm saying? You make a harsh judgment, and then you use the environment to make a statement, and then you have to assume the neutral, not the negative or the positive. You know, but not negative. Assume neutral or positive. But I like to assume the neutral. Assuming neutral things is it's pretty in general easy to do, but harsh neutral things. So like let's say for example, someone comes in the store and they they're jumping in on everyone's conversations. It's a busy time in the store right now, so they're jumping in on everyone's conversations. You know, they're grabbing merch, they're taking pictures. You know, they're having photo shoots. They're switching around their cart all the time and whatnot. You know, they're constantly asking questions. I could say after they leave, I'm like, that person thinks very highly of themselves. That person is very self-censored, self-centered. You know. I could say that, and that could spark a different conversation. But when you make these harsh judgments, you have to come in with an open mind. Yeah, maybe you're not right. Maybe something you said was a little off, depending on um, the judgment or the person. Oh shit, she deserved that though. So yeah, we're back to Razburn. Um, he he's a bad guy, but she's gonna try and sing the moment song to seal him, or some song. I forget what song it's called. I don't know if it's the moment song. She almost gets blasted. Prince Otis isn't gonna help us in this fight, but she's gonna try one more time. Razbird's like, oh no, she's sealing me away. Oh no, don't do it. You can't do it. Haha. I'm too powerful. And she's like, yes. Haha. And then the song comes in from somewhere else. It's Queen Dior. Yes, she came back. Of course, her mouth's not moving, but now she's gonna sing. And now we get to seal him and fight Demon Razburn. Yes, indeed. So yeah, that's one way you can make your conversations more interesting. The goal is to not have everyone like you. You want the right people to like you, which is why I said you make those harsh judgments. Depending on if they're right or not, you just gotta have an open mind and flow through whatever thing you say and just, stand on business and be like, well, this is what I thought. But people want to hear your thoughts. People are scared. They're afraid when you don't share your thoughts. That's the main thing that makes people afraid, actually. Is when you don't share your thoughts. When people are way more scared of the retail guy who just sits in silence on his phone than the guy who talks all the time and says everything that's on his mind. You know? Because it's just the fear of the unknown. People don't like stuff that they don't know. One thing you can do so just as a mind state kind of thing to go through, is you can see people as like the stars of their own movies. You know, the reason why you usually don't feel like a conversation is interesting is because you don't feel like they're interesting people. But if you look at every person as a star in their own movie, then they have to inherently be interesting. You have to see yourself in their story, and then they become very interesting people, of course, because they have their own fucking movie. Anybody who has a movie is very interesting. So you got to see it that way. You got to listen to their story and really put yourself not in their shoes, but as a person who's looking at their shoes. If you feel me and you catch my drift. So it's more about a mind state kind of thing. It's more about a social stature kind of thing. You can't think yourself better than anyone. Everyone has their own tale, their own novel that they're weaving. Wow, this is a great camera angle right here. I think I autoed this battle. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I have an auto controller, so um, I probably out of the room over here taking a piss or something. Um, but yeah, really don't need too much strategy for these first couple bosses. They are, I'm not gonna say incredibly easy, but pertaining to the challenge, they're not really gonna be too much of an obstacle for us here. So we're almost done with Razburn. We're almost done with Razburn. And with that, we are finished with this quest. We leveled up 2 times. I'm for real 2 times. I'm for real 2 times. Okay. All right. She's waking up. She's like, no, you killed him. Yeah, man. You're done, Cathlin. And yep, the whole cartoon sound effects too. It's hilarious. Don't worry. We'll see more of that goofy ass character, but I'm not a fan. Personally, not a fan. Not a fan. And you'll see why. Right now, she didn't do anything too egregious. She does worse things later. We'll say it like that. So now we're going back to the castle. Prince Otis wants to thank us too, so we'll go back to the castle and we'll see what's up there. Okay. All right. Let me get a treasure chest though first. That is a bonus orb that is very much needed. Yeah, I was definitely in the bathroom or something. You see this right here? I was not was not alive. All right. Ooh, my stomach is growling. I definitely need some breakfast today. I have work today, but not until much later. So I'm excited that I was able to get this done fairly early out the day here. Just knock this out, get it out of the way. Good episode too, because I really do love these bosses. Um, got interesting characters and everything, so it wasn't too much of a drag or anything like that. So we're gonna use our exit orbs, get the hell out of here, and go back to the Verinard Castle. And guys, for my last little tip here, the thing is, you have to let people know who you are, and you have to let people accept you for who you are. So, the more you make these interesting combos, the more people will know you and like you for who you are. If they don't like you, then they don't like you for who you are, which is a good reason for them to not like you. Oh, yeah, this is the first time I showed this off, but when you hit the ceiling up there, um, of any building, you'll boost and then you'll fall down. It's pretty funny. I like the Weddy animation for the fall. They sort of like swing their arms like fuck. It's hilarious. But yeah, you want people to like you for who you are. You want people to not like you for who you are. But if you stay silent, people are just gonna like you or not like you based on predications in their mind. It's not gonna be on reality, which is a little annoying if you care about that. Me personally, I really don't. So that's why I don't care to talk to a lot of people. Work, life, general, going to the grocery store. I just don't care. But if you care about being liked, if you care about what other people say, if you want a social life, unlike me, I don't want that. Social life is trash. I don't think I've ever gotten anything good from it, to be honest, for being real with you. But yeah, social life, if you want it, if you want a nice one, you really have to just put yourself out there. Being vulnerable is using presence. So if you're ever in a vulnerable state, and you ever feel like you're free open to attacks and whatnot, that is using your presence. That's flexing that muscle to in order to be better in the public eye. And the last tip I have for you is to see failure as progress and you act decisively. So if you ever fail, let that be your springboard in order to lead you on to the next success or failure. We can't let these failures hold us back. We have to let them build us up and push us forward in life. And right here, this is what the royalty is. She's like, I don't want to be the next queen. I just want to be here and help you guys out and whatnot. Yada, yada, yada. But we'll get more of her story later. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I really don't remember what they're talking about here. But the family's back together. Prince Dior, I keep calling her Princess. Queen Dior is she's not mad anymore. Prince Otis thanks us, and we are now in hands of our second key emblem. Here we go. All right. Yep. Beautiful. Love that fanfare. Okay. So yeah, now that we have our next key emblem, the next time we're going to be going to the Puku continent to get the two key emblems from there. I'm just going to be going around a key emblem hunt. Um, I think we have one last cutscene to go through here, but I'm just going to sit down with the crew and we're going to end up the episode here for now. I'll show that next cutscene a little later. Guys, you have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves, have those interesting combos, build that self-esteem, love yourself, and I will catch you in the next one, okay? Stay safe, people, okay? We gonna see you when we see you. Goodbye, lovely people. Oh, fuck, I dropped my phone! It's okay, it didn't crack. It didn't crack. We're good. Okay, peace, bye.